Hello, my name is David Hamilton. I grew up in Evanston. I moved here in '69 from the south side of Chicago during the riots when King was killed. I was raised in Evanston since then, and it was a lot more settled here back then. But I found out that dealing with racism was a little more open when I moved into the suburbs. It wasn't hitting as much as when I was on the south side. I've ran into it where people actually called me out by my name, or in Evanston, or let me know, let it be known who I was and what they thought about me. I was actually walking through, my kids were going to Lincoln School, which is it's in Evanston, but it's almost like up in Skokie area. A lot of nice, expensive housing area and so forth like that. And it was in the middle of the day. I walked over there, dropped my kids off in the school, and I was approached by the police. I was asked why I was walking through the neighborhood, and I asked the police, I was like, why are you stopping me? Why are you asking me these questions? And I was told that it's unusual for blacks to be walking through this neighborhood. And they actually gave me a ride to the border so I can walk back over into Evanston where they said I belong. So that was my first real experience, But because my kids went to school there and I would find myself walking there often I was approached by the police, or people see me walking through the neighborhood and go in their houses and lock the door or stare at me strange. So definitely not what I was used to when I was in Chicago. So, and I've actually ran into problems in school in which, being a kid, young, playful, there was a young girl, I never forget, I don't want to say her name. We were all playing tag or whatever, and I was chasing after her, and I grabbed her shirt. Her shirt came open. It was an accident, but they suspended me for it. And the teacher at the time was really went against me, saying that I intentionally did it, even though the young lady said it was an accident. So yeah, I went through a couple of things in Evanston,
What do you want people do now, especially given what's been going on lately, to address this issue from their point of view?
I think that we did a lot of research and studying of everybody else's culture. I think they need to learn and study our culture. Something that was taken away from us. Maybe they'll understand that we were stripped of all of that. We're still trying to find ourselves. A lot of times, they tell us to forget about what happened in the past, but I don't hear nobody telling Jewish people forget about what happened in the past. They still talk about that. And so I don't understand why we should be in a situation where we forget or not think about the past. My past is something that was stripped from me, and I would love to know what my real past was. Everybody got certain areas in here. You got areas in here where Puerto Ricans live and Mexicans live and Chinese and everything, but I guess bad areas of Chicago is supposed to be where we live or something. We have nothing that says, hey, this is a part of an area of our culture, So I think that if they would actually learn us, get to know who we are. We're not bad, we're not violent. We've been put into a situation where we have to survive. And that would be in anybody. If you put us in some place and deprive us of opportunities to have a job and make a living for our family, like anybody, any culture, you come up with ways to survive. So I think that they need to know who we are. They need to understand. They need to see that our situation is a lot more different than theirs. You come to Evanston, this is beautiful. When I was growing up, my parents let me ride my bike all over Evanston. And I was 5 or 6 years old. I'd go all the way to one end of Evanston to the other with no problem. But raising a child by myself in Chicago, my daughter, she couldn't go from eyesight, one end of the block and back. So it's a big difference, where you are. I'm trying to come back to Evanston because I don't like the inner city schools. Who was a graduate of Evanston Township High School, at the time when I was young, I didn't appreciate the educational system that I had. But now I realized that was the better education for my kids. It was the better education for me, and I want it to be the better education for my daughter now.
And is something stopping you from coming to Evanston?
Yes, it's expensive. It's very expensive to come here. I stay now. I'm a veteran. I stay in a brand new veterans building on the west side. And it's beautiful. I enjoyed it. It's in Humboldt Park, which is pretty much Puerto Rican community. But even the school system or anything that says CPS, I really don't think is good for the children. It's just too much going on with them. So, yes, better education, better school systems are in the suburbs, including Evanston.
And do you work?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I used to. I don't work anymore. I've been diagnosed with cancer, so I don't work anymore, which is why I stay at the building. The military veterans help us, when we can't work anymore. But would love to be back working.
What did you do?
I was doing hotel security. Hotel security. I was doing that since I left the military. I was in the military for 10 years, and I've been through Saudi, Kuwait, Panama, and when I came back home, it was really a hard adjustment, and I couldn't afford to be where I would like to have been, which is back in where I grew up at. So I wound up on the south side of Chicago, in which my daughter, she's 11 now, but she's been through 2 shootings, which is too young for a child her age to be witnessing.
What do you mean? Where was she got there?
Twice she was almost shot. Just being on the street playing, which is the reason why I made up my mind that I had to leave the south side. We left everything, furniture and all, and we just left. I called the VA and they helped me get myself settled and everything, but my dreams, my ambitions for my daughter is to come home. And I always call Evanston home. I love it here.